Hello. How are you guys doing? I felt called to do a video of the February energies that we've been experiencing and are gearing up to experience, but the energies of February. And I'm just sitting here leaning against my couch and didn't feel like setting up my tripod or anything like that. So you're just getting the real me, and I'd rather that than anything else. So I wanted to talk about the February energy update, or the February energies, excuse me, because this month has been about definitely being unafraid to stand in the spotlight, or to prepare yourself to start shining brightly, stepping more into your purpose work, stepping more into your embodied worth, embodied energy, and wherever you are on your journey, trusting that you're being led in the direction that the universe is and wanting to create with you. Sometimes we don't often see what lies ahead, and we'll be asked to make a really big, bold move, and that can feel a little overwhelming, especially when we're programmed to want to know or feel safe and secure in our decisions. But the energy this month is asking you to operate in greater trust. Trust that whatever direction or intuitive nudges you are being guided to make are for your highest good, highest potential, highest timeline, and it gets to be really incredible. And it's almost like this dynamic energy that we're playing with more and more of, instead of and if you think of like a rope that has like a climbing rope is more dynamic, so it has this give, it goes with the flow of energy, versus a static line that has no give. It's just sort of yanks you and doesn't give you any permission to breathe. So we're in this more dynamic flow of energy, and this dynamic flow of stepping forward, and also trusting that it doesn't all have to come together at once. It will morph together. It will unfold naturally. So it's a more natural experience than this like forcing or pushing something to come to fruition. And so you might have felt around the Leo full moon, leading up to that full moon, the beginning of February, this great sense of excitement in maybe purpose work or offerings or personal empowerment, and felt that momentum and that eagerness and excitement really, really be present for many of us. And this, since then, it's sort of been this asking to now keep integrating and keep going through the layers of yourself, and to do more inner work. And we're always doing inner work, and we're always peeling back more layers of ourselves. It's part of the process. So where there was a little bit more cleaning up to do, or a little bit more awareness to be seen, that's what many of us are experiencing at this time. And maybe feeling a little frustration, or we're starting to notice our thoughts aren't lining up with that big vision or this excitement that we were experiencing at the beginning of the month. So it's, again, bringing us back to a place of trust, a place of faith, and really embodying our personal empowerment, and preparing to up-level in very big ways. I think many of us don't see how incredible our gifts are. I think many often hold themselves back from stepping into their true masteries and purpose, and then we get frustrated when we constantly feel stuck, or wondering why things aren't working out as easily as we'd like them to. So that's something to question or ask yourself. Are you ready or feeling like your thoughts are aligning with these big, beautiful gifts and inspired ideas? And do you trust that what you have to offer is important, and that you will be taken care of through those offers, that you don't have to rely on a job that doesn't bring you joy, or a job that feels like you're still in the matrix, in this kind of like 9 to 5, living this life that seems to be very sedentary, very mundane. And if you're feeling this need to break free from that, listen to that. Set yourself up in a way that feels good for you. And in the meantime, if you are in a position where you do have a job, but you know your purpose is much bigger and larger than the job you have, find gratitude where you're at in the moment, and start taking inspired action towards what it is that you are being called to do. So many of us a lot of people in the collective are starting to either step into their purpose work, maybe stepping back into their purpose work, or up-leveling in their purpose work. And we also are releasing like very wounded versions of ourselves, and being very aware of our thoughts. You do have the gift to create the life that you want to create, and it starts with trust. And I talk about this a lot, and that is a big theme of this month, is trust and believing in what and who you are. Think of yourself as like a super powerful person, or a superhero, What are you a superhero of? And or what is your superpower? We are incredibly gifted beings, and there's a lot of programming being released that has sort of masked that ability to believe in our superpowers. And so you might be sort of oscillating back and forth between feeling like you're the superhero and back to this very like programmed personality, and that's okay. We're gonna do that for a little bit. It's just about practicing belief in self, trust in your gifts, trust in like your ability and to be taken care of, and that's with every aspect of your life, and to release a lot of fear. So the other part of the other themes of February is about releasing fear, those limiting beliefs of doubt and worry and anxiety of like where's the money going to come from to pay for the rent, or where's the money going to come from to work with someone that I've been wanting to work with for so long. Whatever narrative it is that you are working of breaking free from those limiting beliefs, start to perhaps shift your mindset of everything is always working out for you, and that you are going to be okay. You're going to be more than okay. It is definitely about having more faith, and I keep bringing this up. So when I say that, what kind of reaction are you having when I say that? And I'm not, when I say faith and trust, and when I'm talking about spirit and the universe, I'm not talking about like religion. I'm talking about like your own spiritual understanding, and beliefs in who you are, beliefs in the connection of your soul, higher self, source. And so just asking yourself, what does that bring up for you? How does that make you feel in the body? And can you work more with that energy? If it's bringing up anything that doesn't feel good, notice where you feel that in your body. Notice your thoughts, and then work through that. Because that's feedback. That's feedback for yourself. If you're in resistance to it, or if you're in denial, or if you're in negative thinking, or what is this crazy person talking about? That's feedback, and that's something for you to look at, and perhaps there's more inner work to be done there, or practice what that looks like. So if you are maybe judging what I'm saying, I feel like someone might be at this moment, so that's why it's coming up. If judgment is coming up, or if you're feeling this sort of saltiness when I say faith, when I say trust, and working on your inner thoughts and being, practice changing that behavior, practice changing those thoughts, and then you will see shifts. You will see shifts. You will most likely start to see signs from the universe. You might most likely will start to see some magic coming through, miracles, unexpected things, events, coincidences, synchronicities. All of that will start to show up for you when you start to do the practice. So the rest of February is more integration. It's also really diving into your worth, into your own value of self, into embodying your authentic self. And what does that look like and feel like? And if you're not ready to fully share your authentic self, that's fine. Baby steps, if that's what it takes, one step at a time. And if there's something that you want to share with the world, but you're feeling like you might be judged, or you're maybe a little shy about it, again, coming back to why. And if you are being called to share more, trust those nudges, trust what is present for you in that inspired action, and your inner guidance. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to say, and it was the inner guidance. Trust the inner guidance. And as you do that, your intuition is going to ramp up. And I'm hearing that as your intuition ramps up more, you're going to start seeing more of the truth of what's actually, you're going to start being more discerning with what you're seeing out there, like on social media. You're going to start being more discerning about what you see on TV, on the news. You might even feel like you can't watch TV anymore, or noticing what feels real. I'm hearing there's going to be a lot more clarity around that, and to not believe everything that you see. And I keep hearing the news. So again, being very vigilant in being discerning is what they're saying. And more and more people are becoming more aware of this, and more souls are going. So another theme is more souls are going to be finding each other and coming more into a deeper connection. Soulmates finding each other, soulmate clients finding their guides, finding their guides, you as a leader, as a guide yourself, if you do any kind of mentoring, coaching, energy healing, and you've sort of felt this stagnation, there are more and more souls awakening, and an increase in business is coming. There's more unions coming together, more soulmate unions coming together. Twin flames, if that resonates with you, and if that is the path that your souls have decided to come together in this lifetime, that is happening over I'm hearing the next 6 months. So there is a lot going on, and oftentimes we want to know everything. We want to know everything ahead of time. We want to know all the answers. But that's kind of like cheating on a quiz, right? So well, if you had the answers before the quiz. So do you trust yourself enough? Do you trust your inner guidance enough to continue leading you step by step in the direction that you are meant to go, the direction and this greater path and plan, if you will, that is in store for you? Do you have the faith to walk that path without knowing what's ahead, with trusting that today you were asked to do this video and or to connect with someone, or to go to the coffee shop, where whatever little nudge you're getting, or to wait to go to the grocery store, whatever nudge you are getting is for a reason. So can you start operating and living your life in that more intuitive, dynamic way versus this linear way of living and this like kind of this programmed way of living? We're stepping away from that. And the more you're in resistance of not following those intuitive guidance or intuitive hits, it's going to feel harder. So February is really showing us, teaching us to have faith, to believe that you are a super powerful being and you have incredible gifts. Even if it feels things are stagnant or you're sort of oscillating back and forth, trying to come into this neutral place, and you get this like burst of energy, jolt of inspiration, jolt of forward movement, and then you sort of feel like you're retreating back and slowing down again. That's just part of the process. It's part of the natural unfolding, the natural trajectory of what's coming for you, and you're still integrating the greater energy of what is to come, and peeling back the very thin onion layers to reveal more of your spirit, your higher self. And to do some deep healing and inner work. There's going to be more forward movement towards the end of the month, leading into March. And so again, continue with moving with the flow and feeling that dynamic energy, embodying that dynamic energy. Stop trying to cheat on the test. It's not a test. It's stop trying to. It's life, and so instead of trying to figure it out, especially if you feel like you've sort of reverted back. You haven't, but if you feel like you're like overthinking, the thoughts are starting to get a little overwhelming, or you're getting caught in this negative self-talk, do your best to find something that will release that energy. Going for a walk, play, if you're in a warm climate, going outside barefoot, or sometimes going for a drive is really nice. Gardening, even if it's feeling like you just need to get a pizza and chill in front of like some old sitcom for a few minutes, listen to what that is. What does play feel like for you? And that'll help keep your energy and vibration feeling excited. Also, you might get more inspired, but just allows you to be. And we don't often do that for ourselves. We don't often allow ourselves to be. Again, it comes back to this programming, and we're releasing a lot of that. I see that in with people I work with and friends. I see how much work has already happened, and then it's going back and realizing, oh, there's still another layer of programming there. So just be kind with yourself, have compassion, and continue to follow your why. So again, we do have this new moon coming up in Pisces, and there's a lot more happening astrologically speaking. I just am speaking from the Akashic records, and the messages that the guides have for you. But the new moon in Pisces coming up, I believe it's the 19th. I'm spacing on the date. But the energy around that is going to feel maybe a little bit more, might feel emotional, but your intuition is definitely going to be heightened. And this knowing, this very tangible knowing, which will be insightful for you, and really just amplifying those beautiful gifts that you have. So, and if you don't know what those gifts are, if you're still stepping slowly into and I'm speaking for light workers, and star seeds, and earth angels that are coming forward, that will naturally unfold for you. So if you feel like you've not really seen what that is, or really connected with your higher self, or connected with your superpowers, that's okay. That all comes online when it's meant to. It's about divine timing. And you can also work with people that, like myself, that do purpose work and help you really connect with your higher self. And so with all of that being said, just remember how incredible you are, and remember that you are a superhero, and you have so much magic, and you're such a gift to this world. And sometimes when things feel like really heavy, or we are collectively going through big shifts, or experiencing this uncertainty, that it's okay, and to trust, to go with that dynamic flow. So I hope all that resonated with you, and I will continue doing updates for you guys when I am being called to. Sometimes I'll say I'll do one and it takes me a few days, and that's just my energy speaking to me. And or I'm just being asked to rest. I do my best to show up for you guys. But if I'm not always posting videos, you can always reach out. You can book sessions with me. I have my Worthiness Project 3-month group container for women that begins March 21st. And that's for those who are excited, ready for up-leveling all areas of their life, and to really truly embody their self-worth and self-mastery. And that is deepening your connection to your intuition, to trusting yourself, and your inner guidance, and to really start to embody who you are. You are so needed in this world, and in this lifetime. You are here for a reason. You are here for a great purpose. And I'm excited to work with you. If you have more questions about that, I will be talking more about that soon. If you have more questions about that, feel free to reach out to me. And I look forward to connecting with you all soon. Happy February.